Odasto rolled a 1. So Odasto gets to give us a where is it? Miscellaneous. Gets to give us a recap of what happened last session in Dungeons and Dragons. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Last time on Dungeons and Dragons, we fight an ogre that was very keen on casting hammer or fist at us. We managed to kill it. Let's see. We found some markings of a goddess Melora in a following room. A lab that was locked with a riddle that Erdan managed to solve. Inside the room were 3 armors guarding the laboratory, and in that laboratory was a room with a skeleton with 2 chests. And the skeleton had a big, nice necklace, which Guncourt decided to touch, and angered the skeleton. Now it tries to kill us. That's where we left off.
Had to wait for the music to finish. Very good, very good.
I know.
Alright. And so, basically we begin with combat. Where is... Let's see, music, battle music. Let's do, I think, the second one. No, we had that one last time. There we go. Combat begins with Odasto. This giant, fancy-looking skeleton yelled at Guncork. Guncork yelled back.
Ah! I am going to take a step here. Use my first level spell to cast Mage Armor on Guncork, which basically turns his unarmored status of 10 to 13, plus whatever he gets from being barbarian and not wearing armor.
So let's see.
My no armor is 12.
So now it's 15. Yeah. How's
okay, so
it
do
12?
I? Okay, well, that's not something I can edit, so.
Hold on, that doesn't seem right.
If he's not wearing armor, it should just be his dex bonus.
Or,
well,
he's plus dex plus con.
Yeah.
His dex is 0. Okay, that makes sense now. Alright, do you need to roll a d20 for that, or is that just attack spells? Alright.
I do need to roll a d20.
Do you
accidentally... See what magic happens.
See if you accidentally obliterate Guncork. No. You do not.
Then I'm going to take another step back to the safety. That's my turn.
So what do I need to change on my...
You don't change anything. Just remember your AC is 15 now.
Okay.
Unless there's a spot for it. Oh, yeah.
There is. I believe it's in the core stats and into the
armor class. No. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there's no. Unfortunately.
Grum, it is your turn.
I'm going to use my bonus action and cast Hunter's Mark on the big scary skeleton.
Perception spell checks. Okay.
Scary.
You're going to mark it.
It's a skeleton.
And then, I suppose since I'm standing here, bring out my bow and shoot him in the face.
Let's see. Since you're attacking from melee, that's gonna take disadvantage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you're in melee range of someone that's threatening you, you have disadvantage on the attack roll. If you're using ranged.
I didn't know that.
Alright, let's see. Armor class. So you take out your longbow and it kind of swats at you, and you don't really get a good shot on it. So an arrow just flies past its head and it just kind of goes, Rah! And you miss.
Fear me!
What is this? Draw shape. Did you want to move anywhere?
Oh, but it says I have advantage on perception and survival checks. Man,
It's
oh, never
perception
mind.
and survival checks.
Gotcha.
Do you want to move anywhere?
No.
All right. Guncork,
Yes.
it is your turn.
I'm going to go into a rage.
All right. Guncork flies into a rage.
Do I need to change any modifiers for that? I
On your
forgot.
sheet, the bottom left, put damage rolls at 2. I'm gonna see if
Damage rolls. Okay, damage rolls under spellcasting. Just 2.
yeah, rage damage
Okay.
plus 2. You have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. And I forgot to turn-
Alright.
There we go. Guncork comes out with its great axe, very angrily slashes at the fancy skeleton. Let's see. Okay. And it doesn't seem to be, like, you think you hit it really good, but it doesn't seem to be as hurt as you think it should be.
So it hit.
It
but-
hit, but you, knowing how much damage your great axe does, you realize something's wrong here. It's not doing as much damage as it should be.
Okay.
But you definitely hit it.
Alright, go ahead. Next, go ahead and bury.
You're not gonna
Looks
move?
like the slashing damage doesn't
Mm,
affect it as well as it should.
It's fine if
Not
you don't
like
want to
a-
move.
It's almost like there's no important flesh or organs to stab or cut.
Wow. Alright, Barry.
Right. How badly does Guncork look? Is he still wounded?
Do a perception or a medicine check to look at Guncork. And this will be a, I don't know, free action, swift action, whatever. Guncork looks okay, but he's definitely seen better days. Essentially,
come on,
more than
you're
half.
rolling a 22, yeah.
He's at more than half, just a little over half.
Alright, well, I guess I'll do it anyways. I guess I'll run up here. And then I'm gonna heal him again. Very suspect.
I guess
Dang
that
it.
puts me up to max.
Wow, 10 HP. Show
Be
nameplate.
healed!
C. There we go.
Alright, I'll put myself back up.
Alright, let me interact with this real quick so I can... There we go. Alright, did you want to do anything else, Barry? For your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Alright. There's
Does the
Floria.
F in F skeleton stand for friendly?
No, it stands for fancy. Sorry.
Well, I have no space for the only big spell I got. Sadly. Otherwise, unless the rest of you guys are okay having advantage on you for the next couple of turns. Gonna take it as a
Sounds
no.
bad.
No, do it. It'll be fun.
It's
This
gonna be
is
fun.
the-
Everybody's going to get hit. Even the goddamn ghost in the next room.
Yeah, pretty much everyone but me and Odasto are probably gonna get hit by it if I put it in where I want to put it. So I'm just gonna try to viciously mock her and say she lost a lot of her womanly figure over the years.
You attack with a vicious mockery, holding nothing back as you insult the figure. DC 14 Wisdom, okay.
Yep. If she saves, nothing happens.
She saves.
Okay, then nothing happens.
Nothing happens. She just looks at you and just says, I don't care. I'm thinner than I've ever been.
Yeah, but you're less than an A cup.
Wow.
Good news, everyone!
Good
I've
news!
lost 20 pounds!
I'll never get to the full formal. Did you want to move anywhere?
I need
Sport?
to lose 10 more to be big.
No, because I have enough. Because there's no way to position myself where we won't be affected by an AoE attack. So, fine. Where I am in the corner.
Done.
Well, my first instinct would be to try to apologize for the behavior of, the orc to my right, but judging by the entire rest of the party, that's not a plan of action that would work very well.
Hey, I just made Guncork
So-
a little more tough. I didn't attack.
Yeah, you know what? I can agree with buffing Guncork, so I'm gonna step back a bit, remove myself from the situation, and
And another
Bitches.
5 steps.
I'm gonna
Yes,
bless
bitches.
Guncork.
You bitches are gonna get some bitches, man.
There, for the next minute, or until I break concentration, you are better at hitting things.
Alright, let's see. Opportunity attack. Because I don't think 5 stepping is a thing.
It
for
is
me.
not, and I am
No, it's a
inviting-
withdrawal action
whatever-
which can provoke.
I am inviting whatever I provoke here. Because that is
So
the
that
diplomatic
bless
thing
is
to do.
towards me?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh my. So I can roll another d4 afterwards to see.
So it's going to attack you. Let's see. It's gonna try and hit you with your fist. It's just gonna swing wildly at you. 20.
Oh my.
Yeah, that hits.
As you're trying to get out of the way, it just kind of punches you. And
I am barely on my feet, and I feel the love in that punch. It was clearly...
I love tap.
God damn.
and you kind of feel your bones just kind of really hurt, and you take 11 necrotic damage as well.
Well... That would put me at 0 then. 12 plus 11.
That enough to instant kill you?
Let's find out.
Alright. Thank you, Radon. You reach out to Guncork and you say, you basically put your hand on him and says, I do this for you. And then you kind of bless him before you fall to the ground unconscious.
Or... falling to the ground unconscious would actually break concentration, so if I don't have the chance to cast Bless, that's fine.
Well, technically you did step out before you cast it, so we're gonna say you didn't.
Well, you can decide whether you
Anyway.
move first or bless first, so it's your choice.
Well, he did
I'm gonna
move
move
first.
As I was describing my action, that was the option that came first.
And now it has a perfect line of sight of me. Oh, fuck.
It screams out and just kind of puts its hands to its sides, extended outwards, and suddenly these 2 skeletons pop up out of the ground. And then it looks at Odasto.
No.
Odasto, do a wisdom,
no.
do a wisdom throw for me.
Okay. I'm scared. Just wisdom.
Wisdom.
Where is it? There, is it?
Alright. It glares at you and screams and howls and it reverberates inside your very soul. But you worship Lathander, correct?
Um.
I mean, I do, and I invite you to join
Oh,
the team.
Odasto's the sorcerer. I don't know why I keep thinking
Yeah.
he's a cleric. But Odasto, you're
At this point, I'm ready
Yes.
to worship anything. Just don't let it kill me.
Odasto, you
You
basically,
remind me of my old pool boy, young man.
it screams and howls and it reverberates within you. but your scholarly intellect just basically tells you if you kill it before it kills you, everything will be fine.
Yeah.
And that is its turn. Wait, I gotta do the skeletons. Give them a turn. Oh, they're drawings. Fine, do the skeletons. This one attacks Grum.
Which one? Oh.
That one attacks Grum. If I can get back to the rolls, there we go. And misses. This one attacks Guncork. And misses. Thanks to his new Shield of Faith.
Thank God.
Odasto,
Yes?
it is your turn.
Well, my turn. Well, I'm keeping my concentration up since I haven't been hit with damage, which is good.
What are you
And
concentrating
I am
on again? The Shield of
Mage
Faith?
armor on Guncork.
Oh, right, okay.
And I will try and cast the cantrip of Chill Touch. So let's first see if I cast the right spell. I do. Lovely. So attack!
15 versus AC, necrotic damage. You attack with a Chill Touch, and let's see.
It's a skeletal hand that just flies out,
Yes.
grabs it, and starts siphoning its
Mhm.
life essence.
You hit it with the Chill Touch, and it seems unfazed. And it just smiles back, as much as a skeleton can smile.
Well, at least it will have disadvantage against me.
Yes, it's disadvantage against you now. Very good.
Very good. It won't kill me, probably.
All right, and now,
That
did you
was
want to
my
move
turn.
anywhere? Okay.
No, I'm good right here.
Grum, it is your turn.
Seeing the error of my ways, having a bow this close to this foe, I promptly put it back on my back and draw my shield and long sword, or short sword. And I swipe at the dangerous, the big skeleton.
Damn.
Unfortunately, you don't have advantage, so. But you do manage to stab at the skeleton with your short sword, and you just kind of nick it, and like Guncork, you kind of realize that it didn't really hurt it as much as it should have. Although you did get a good chunk off of it.
Don't I get an additional
One of us
1d6?
used a blunt weapon.
and
Additional what?
a 1d6 damage against the target.
Oh yeah, you do. Go ahead. Good job. You hit it for a little bit more. And they were like, "Oh wait!"
Everybody gets that, doesn't they?
I think it's just you. Let's read this.
Yeah, I think it's just the ranger that gets the hunter's mark.
Yeah,
He
just
gets
ranger.
this. Alright. It has been marked. Do you want to move anywhere?
No. I'm not gonna go down the Erdan road.
Guncork.
I felt love in that necrotic damage. You should go down that road.
Yes.
Is your turn.
Let's see.
Two little skeletons have appeared as well.
Yes.
And I need a way to track their HP. Oh wait, no I don't.
Should I continue going for the big one, or should I try and get rid of the small ones?
Hopefully, if we take down the big guy, the other ones would dispel. So taking down the big one would be more important.
But it doesn't seem like we're doing as effective damage on him. It's not doing a lot.
I don't know, man.
Well,
There's a
okay,
bit of
so
metagaming knowledge I can
I
share,
know.
but a
I can't
great
give
axe
you
ain't gonna do
metagaming
much
knowledge
against
on
any
what to
form
do.
of skeleton.
Yeah, but I'm not feeling like I'm doing a whole lot of like I'm affecting him. So
Okay, I'll tell you what. Roll an intellect roll. If
What
you
could
actually get
possibly
higher
go
than
wrong?
if you get higher than 10, I will tell you what is your greatest chance.
Okay, so which one do you want?
Intellect.
Your intelligence.
You brainy bits.
See if Guncork has if Guncork. You know what? Guncork, do int or wisdom, because it's possible you've try wisdom. Because it's possible you've run into these on the battlefield.
How many times has Guncork faced skeletons?
He's a soldier. He could have been part of facing off against the undead armies that, you know, the Lich is calling up, supposedly. So Guncork, you fought skeletons before, and you kind of know that they're resistant to most types of physical damage. AKA swords, axes, all that kind of stuff.
You need something bashing. Heck, you can punch him to death better than you could with your great axe.
Not necessarily, because punching is really poor in 5e.
Yeah, it's your strength bonus +1, unless you
Yeah,
have
you know well enough that using a great axe is more efficient than punching. Because you tried it once.
I got punting for you.
Well, I do get the bonus modifier for bless. I get to roll another d4.
No, you don't get bless. Because
Oh,
Erdal
what
went down.
Because he fell unconscious before he could
damn.
cast.
You are raging, though.
I'm just gonna have to go with the great axe because that's my
Yep.
strongest one I got.
Which one are you hitting?
The big guy.
Alright.
The one
Oh,
everyone
speaking
seems
of
to
things
want.
I could do for Guncork, if you look in my field surgery kit, totally, there's a mace-shaped bone breaker that you could use. It's not like I could stop you from taking it.
Alright.
Oh, well, I'm
Guncork,
about
you
to get
swing,
you off of my turn.
continuing to rage. You swing at this thing. And again, it just kind of seems like you're not doing as much damage as you should, but you are definitely hurting it. And you're just very angry at this skeleton thing. And did you want to move anywhere?
Seems
No.
like it can't go anywhere.
I don't want to trigger an attack of opportunity.
Well,
if I don't
in
have
5e you can move within, you just can't move out.
Yeah, there's no reason to move within. There's not really a place I can move unless I go in dead center in front of them.
Alright,
Then you'd
just
be in
making sure
range
you
of all
know.
the skeletons
But then-
instead of just 2.
Yeah, I'm best off where I am.
Alright, Barry, it's your turn. Because I need to look at something.
Alright. Okay, I'm all out of spells, so I guess I'm gonna go. I'll go to the center, and then I want to wild shape into the dire wolf.
Alright. Alright. Let me make sure. You should have control of this. Yeah. As Barry turns into a dire wolf. The stats are on the GM notes.
I don't
How do
see
I-
it in my character sheet.
Yeah, it's in the GM notes. Let me, I'm gonna paste it in your character sheet. Let's see, Barry, character sheet. Class, no. Let's see, background. Okay, I'm putting it in background. Any other notes? Alright. Alright, you should be able to see it now.
A doggy has appeared.
If not, I'll just message you on Discord. Message. There you go.
Oh, okay, that works better.
Yeah, you can see it all.
Mm. Alright, so I get a +5. And I guess I'll attack him.
Alright. Suddenly, Barry turns into a giant wolf.
Does he smell better or smell worse now?
It is, you are unsure.
All the same.
You are unsure. Barry, you haven't done this too often, and you're not entirely. You haven't really used it for combat purposes. So shifting into the form kind of throws you off your balance, and you're just kind of unsure of what to do, and you bite and you scratch and you try and get close, but you can't quite make it.
Gary's
And-
just mesmerized that
wait a
this even
second.
worked.
No. Roll another d20. Plus 5. Because you've got pack tactics.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you have advantage now because of pack tactics.
But then you suddenly get to your senses and you're like, wait, I can do this! And then you attack with your bite. And you get on his leg. And so 2d6 plus 3. Okay, now for the fun part. Oh my gosh. It did not expect a wolf to grab its leg, pull it out from under it, and now it is knocked prone.
Gotta do.
And you
my
try
tailbone!
to bite into it, and it feels like the bone is really rough. It's possible you've eaten bones before as shape-shifting.
Gary's
Possible.
first thought, I'm gonna bury this bone.
Yes, you shapeshifted before eating the bones.
Yes, definitely. Alright, where's the...
Bury this bone up your...
As the skeleton has been knocked prone. Also buried, the bones taste very terrible. Asporia.
Like mold.
I'm gonna use my last spell slot for the day to do the only spell that can be useful now. Hey, Mr. Cleric dude with all the divine powers, can you please get back up and help us?
I'll consider it.
He considers it. He considers it very much. And he is healed for 8 HP.
I am
Erdon,
awake
you
now, but
awaken
this is
to
a very
find
comfy
yourself...
floor.
You find yourself on the floor, and you just hear this...
I'm sorry if I woke you what you perceive to be hell.
And you see
I'm
a
sorry.
dragonborn just kind of standing over you like, hey, get up!
I'm actually nudging you with my foot. Just get the fuck up. Get the fuck back up.
Let's see, blunt damage is good against scales, right? So I will get up and take out my mace.
It's not your turn unless your spore is done.
That's the only thing I can do right now because I've used my action
You
to
can always move.
heal him. I like the corner.
Alright? Erdon, you get up and
Corner is
take out
safe.
your mace.
The corner is safe. It's putting a lot of flesh between me and the skeletons.
And if I recall correctly, those are both of my actions.
Alright. Getting up is a move action. Taking out your mace technically can be part of your move, so you still have an action. 5e is
I'll
weird.
stand here for now.
Alright. You stand and decide not to take the dodge action.
Stand up costs half movement speed.
Yes. The skeleton is on the ground. It stands up. And then let's see, does it attack Barry, Grum, or Guncork? Who is it gonna hate the most? Probably Barry. It's Barry, it gets up and it's very angry at you and it swipes its fist at you. 16 AC.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright. You take 10 bludgeoning damage, and you feel the strength drain from you, and take 5 necrotic damage. And, let's see. Okay, and while it's doing that, it glares at you. Alright, it glares at you, and it just howls, looking straight into your eyes. And do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh god, the combo.
The combo. Alright. You've been scared before. This thing is basically made of bones. You're not very scared of it. You've seen giant bears infected with some sort of forest rot. You've healed the land of poisons. This is nothing. You are not afraid. And that ends that turn, but the skeletons first is attacking Grum. Thirteen versus AC. I don't think that hits Grum.
No, I got 16.
And 20 versus Grum, that hits. Or Guncork. 26
What's
versus
to say,
2.
not me?
Guncork takes 8 points of damage from the skeleton as it
Are you doing
claws
that,
at
or
you. You're raging, so it's only 4 points of damage
all right?
because you've got damage resistance.
All right, I took away 4.
And Odasto, we come to the top of the round.
Okay.
First and foremost,
I am going to.
do you maintain your concentration?
Yes, I do.
Very good. Okay, continue.
I shall tap into a new fountain of power that I did before this. I didn't even know I had, and I will spend as a bonus action 2 of my sorcery points to convert it into a level 1 spell slot.
Excellently done.
And
Anyone who is
that-
arcane inclined can feel the power basically gathering into Odasto.
And with that energy, I will manifest it into a magic missile that I will split among each of the skeletons.
So 2 different magic missiles? Or 3?
3.
Okay, 3. So roll once, okay.
From left to right.
Left to right, okay. Let me double check this. Alright. So the skeleton in the middle gets hit, and you can see it take the full force of your attack. The other skeletons get hit by these magic missiles, and they just crumple to the ground. Almost as if they were barely holding on to begin with. And I can't... Okay, so they just dead. They're dead, Jim. And their forms disappear.
ashes, dust to dust.
Look out, Lincoln. Here comes the gun.
No, that's my turn,
What?
though.
Alright. Grum, Odasto has obliterated the 2 skeletons to the sides.
Even better. Well, I'll just do what I do.
And roll the extra d6.
Oh, yeah.
Again, you stab it with your short swords. Not doing as much damage as you hope, but definitely doing damage to it. And you seem to be wearing it down, but it's still on its feet. It is not happy with your presence.
I know.
Do you want to move anywhere?
You know, I'm gonna move here.
Alright. Grim
Would be right
repositions.
next to it.
And Guncork comes too.
All right. I'm gonna attack it.
Excellent plan.
Let's see, how long is 1 minute? Okay. Guncork attacks for maximum
No
damage.
mercy.
Guncork is getting very angry and decides to spam the soundboard. He decides that if it's going to resist some of my damage, I might as well just do all the damage I can. Forget trying to hit it where it hurts, just hit it harder. Sunday, 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 Guncork and the Skeleton. Tonight at the Tower of Geralt.
So are you insinuating there's a weak spot?
There might be a weak spot. No one's ever tried to examine this thing, trying to figure out what it is. Guncork, do you want to move anywhere?
No.
Okay. Barry.
And back to the biting again.
Alright, roll again to make sure you don't crit. Okay. You bite it. You bite down and on its other leg. Roll damage. Alright. It's managed to bite into it again. It's got that nasty taste in its mouth. What's the DC? No, it stays standing this time. It was expecting it. And it's not, it's just trying to swat at you, trying to get it off its leg. And do you want to move anywhere?
No, I'm gonna stay right here.
Do anything else on your turn?
No, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Alright, Ashporia.
Gonna viciously mock it again.
What are you going to say?
I'm trying to think here. I'm gonna try to draw aggro because I'm gonna say something incredibly stupid. I guess this is why your husband left you here and it didn't raise you in the past. Just can't keep a man, can you?
Wisdom. Okay. Dang it. It says, I died for my husband. Now you will die too. It is unaffected.
That's honestly the only thing I have going for me because I have a broadsword. It's not gonna do much against it, and this is the only attacking spell I have left.
Erdon.
Cork has a great action. That seems to be working out for him.
I'm not a barbarian.
True.
You should be a barbarian.
Boo.
Isn't that
And-
just a scald?
Yeah, pretty much.
Out of all my stuff, I reach down deep inside my divine knowledge and I cast Mace.
You cast Mace to super effectiveness. Apparently. You
did
hit
not
it in
like
its
me.
weak point. But again, it just feels like it's not really taking that much damage.
Isn't this bludgeoning though?
It is bludgeoning. And it seems to
Yeah.
bounce off. Like the bones are harder than they should be.
Well, still, just as I felt the love earlier, I hope the fancy skeleton can feel the benevolence.
So, let's see. Guncork hit it the hardest, least for me, so it's probably gonna attack Guncork. But before it does that, it's gonna yell at Grum, try and scare it. So Grum, do a Wisdom saving throw. Grum.
Yo.
You do a Wisdom saving throw. It's trying to scare you. You are not afraid. You're just sitting there. Fight me! Fight me! But then it attacks Guncork. Swings its fist at you.
I cast Fist.
It casts
Ow.
fist.
Oh my god.
And deals 15 damage. Well, let's see, 5. No, that's 3. 3 plus 9. It does 12 damage.
But half.
No, the first one is bludgeoning, the second one is necrotic. You've got resistance to
Okay.
bludgeoning, not necrotic, so you take 12 damage total. And that's its turn. It is currently cornered. No, it won't do that. Okay. Odasto.
While taking deep breaths, I'm going to take a closer look at it and try to figure out what the heck's going on with it, because by all sense it should be, well, it's dead, but it should be down from the onslaught we've given.
Guncork, I whispered you something. It is a fancy skeleton, full of jewelry and lockets and all kinds of fun stuff. You're
Now?
unsure what it is.
I'm not done with you yet. And, I shall... by the way, did it have a metal armor?
It's got kind of like jewelry on it, but it doesn't really have armor.
Okay. Okay.
Guncork is fine forever.
I shall try and cast Firebolt.
Alright.
Cork is fine forever.
Let me quickly look one of my skills because I might.
I love how both of them were
Like Guncork, you could take a nose full of berries, rank smell, and you'd be fine.
I don't just yet. Yeah, I'll cast Firebolt. Ugh. What a horrible
Firebolt is a cantrip. Okay. So you say
It
firebolt,
says right there.
and it whizzes past its head and hits the
Whoa.
Oh yeah, it does say that. I'm dumb. But it misses, and it doesn't really pay you any mind. Do you want to move anywhere?
Nope.
Grum.
Fight me.
Fight me.
Has anybody
Where are the
done
electrons
any
going?
sort of perception onto, like, perhaps a weak spot?
Nobody's
I
told
tried.
you anything.
Adastro tried, but he didn't notice anything. Then again, he was kind of exhausted a little bit after finding new powers of magic somewhere.
I peer at the creature trying to find some sort of weak spot to where I should stick my short sword in.
Well, you don't really find any weak points for where your short sword can go, but I mean, this thing is basically covered in rags. I mean, if you were to hit it with some sort of, if you were to light it on fire somehow, it might hurt it because it would catch on fire, probably. But from what you've been seeing, from the fight, like what you've been seeing from the fight, your weapons, your physical weapons aren't doing a whole lot of stuff, aren't doing a whole lot of damage.
If I lit a torch and then started hitting him with the torch, would that be more effective?
Probably not.
Dang it. Just throw soap at him.
You're probably doing more damage with just hitting it with your short sword.
Sounds like someone needs to do a fire spell.
Someone did do a fire spell.
Yeah,
I
a
missed.
torch is just your strength bonus plus 1 point of fire damage.
Yeah. Alright. So you come out with your short sword, 1d6, and you hit it, and you're just relentlessly stabbing your quarry with a short sword, and it's just not really doing as much damage as you wish it would. And you're just getting really frustrated, but you're still continuing to stab it repeatedly. And do you want to move before your turn ends?
No, I'm good.
Guncork.
Sorry. I'm going to do another attack.
Nice.
Guncork, wheeling back with this great axe, just not giving it any quarter.
Run.
Thank you, soundboard. As Guncork wails into it again, not caring that the bones are harder than they should be, he just continually attacking in a furious rage, and he manages to do some damage as this thing appears to be getting weaker and weaker with every attack. And Guncourt, do you wish to move?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Barry,
I guess Barry just continues to nibble. Or not.
Barry fails at nibbling. Wait a sec. No, Barry succeeds at nibbling.
What? Okay.
It's not wearing any real armor, it's just kind of a bag of bones and rags and gold. And, you attack it with 4 damage, or, yeah, 4, because it's got resistance. And you bite into it, and it's got a terrible taste. It's really not good.
Just like he smells.
And again, you drag it to the ground. Can you do anything else? I feel like I can do something. Anyways, you drag it to the ground again, Barry. Do you want to move or do anything else?
You know what? I want to move anyways, just to make it seem like I'm pulling on its leg.
You move to make it seem like you're pulling on its leg, and it's just gonna like, stop that!
It brings out the spritz bottle.
Asporia. Except the spritz bottle is poison. Metal
again,
until
just
it
going
bits. Doesn't work. Bash it to bits.
I'm gonna try to see if I see anything unique on her. Then I'm just gonna viciously mock her because I want another material to mock on her on.
Well, she doesn't have any clothes on.
You're improper.
Be quiet.
16 to see anything about her.
Her hat looks silly. I mean, that's really it. There's
That's
not really
it?
much
Okay.
to the skeleton. It is definitely a skeleton.
Well, yeah. Oh, by the way, your husband left a message about, well, he's leaving a certain necklace to his heart. He kind of gave that to Erdan over there, and I'm pointing toward the cleric.
Okay, do your vicious
You say
mockery.
these things while I'm standing right next to her.
Yeah.
Alright, DC 14. Yeah, I should.
Yeah, it's... she does not give a shit about anything I'm saying to her.
It says lies! Lies!
It started on a 3 and then rolled over to the 19.
Just
I know
all
that.
lies. Do you want to
Well,
move?
and she is dead inside, so.
Yeah, that's just... I'm sorry I'm not being of much use, but this is literally all I can do is either smack it up with my sword, which is not going to do much, or just try to mock her. That's all I got.
Take the chest and throw it at her. Maybe that will do damage.
Well, you're not wrong.
I'll just
It's not a lot of damage, but
use my fire breath on her my next turn. That's the only other option I have. Might as well use it.
all right. Moving on to Erdan.
You know, Asporia brought up a good point. I'm the bearer of the necklace, and obviously, I have to express her husband's love for her in the only way we've been doing so far.
By giving her a good pounding?
She likes it rough.
Do you say anything while you attack with this bludgeoning, like "Give me back the locket," or are you just hitting her?
I'm just hitting her and hoping that my feelings are transmitted through
Alright.
the impact force.
It kind of you hit it with your mace, and it kind of looks at you like, "Why?" And you're like, "It's not like I like you or anything." But it's still
it wasn't
standing.
a love tap or anything.
Well, technically, no. Hold on. Roll.
I mean,
No, prone just means you get advantage. Yeah. Pretty sure. I'll look it up.
there must be a reason her husband made her bones super hard. Clearly he was intending this sort of
Just into that kind of thing.
Now I love bend over.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Anyways, moving on. The skeleton rests free of Barry's grip and says, "Stop that!"
Arf.
And attacks Barry because it's sick of its crap.
Very no.
16.
Yeah, that hits.
Take 12 bludgeoning damage and 12 necrotic damage.
Barry's down.
Well,
I'm out of magic, so you're down.
Barry shapes back into his normal self and loses 2 hit points. That's how wild shape works.
Oh.
So Barry just kind of like gets knocked aside, and he shapeshifts out of wolf form, and he's human again. And it just knocked the wolf right out of him.
Shaking his head.
And-
What's going on?
Has anyone not been yelled at by the skeleton yet? I think
Me.
Barry's the only one.
Euphoria.
But we kind of been yelling at each other.
Barry, has the
I thought
skeleton
he yelled
glared
me
at
on
you
the
yet?
first attack. Yeah, you made me roll a con and a wisdom.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So just Erdan and Ishporia. Let's go with Ishporia. Ishporia, it looks at you and yells at you. Do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I mean, I'm really surprised she hasn't done that before, considering how much I've been trying to insult her.
Now it's her turn.
Yeah. Wisdom first?
Wisdom save.
Okay.
No, okay, you're fine. You kind of hold in there and you're like, "This would make a great story!" You're kind of shaking a little bit, but you realize that this would make a great story. Muff and I whispered you something.
Yeah, I'm trying. Okay, so do I do it with Barry's stat or with the wolf stat?
Which form are you
Do it
currently
with
in?
the wolf stat, because you were in wolf form when she hit you.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to do another perception check to see if I missed something, because I'm certain I missed something, and intelligence to basically realize what I have missed.
Alright.
Maybe. So, perception and. Where's my intelligence? Do I roll it unskilled or?
Intelligence unskilled. You could do like a religion roll if you wanted to.
Mhm.
Okay, Odasso, I'm gonna whisper you something.
Okay. I'm going to see what you're going to whisper first before I decide what I'm going to do, but I have a good idea. Okay. Yeah. Let's put that to the test. I will try and cast another fireball. Go. No. Okay. So it will be Ray of Frost. I try to cast a fire spell, but a Ray of Frost comes out.
You shoot out a ray of frost at it, and you take it right in the face, and it just kind of freezes for a second, and then it yells at you. It yells at you, and it's just, "Ah!" But then the light in its eyes just sort of dim. It just freezes in place, and all the bones just sort of fall to the floor, and then everything that was on it, just basically you see everything fall to the floor and turn to ash.
I'm going to. Oh,
But we
okay.
won?
It basically turned
Maybe.
to ash, so I'm going to assume yes.
Okay.
And then-
I
Are
don't
we
know.
still going?
Have you seen Terminator, man? That thing melted and came back. So
Yeah, well, that's a Terminator.
stomp on it. Make sure it's
everyone
dead.
roll a no, you know what? No, don't worry about that. I'm gonna look at your character.
Also,
sheets.
how does something that gets hit with ice turn to ash?
Well, it
It's
crumbled
magic.
to dust.
Dry
Well,
ice.
he shot it. He shot it right in the face. So you know that's a thing.
Yeah. Also,
Uh,
I'm going to, when I get the chance to actually light the ashes on fire with the firebolt.
What's everyone's passive perception?
Passive perception is just your D10
20.
plus whiz mod.
Yeah, I know what it is. Everyone tell me their passive perception.
I am
I was-
checking that right now.
I was
14?
mentioning
Or
Oh,
to help people.
Where-
I thought there was
Will
a
you check
thing
that
for
again?
it.
It's in your skills.
Yeah, it's under skills if you look to the right. Of
It's a
perception.
blue.
Passive. Okay.
Oh, 9.
Mine's 14.
Mine's 10.
10.
I have 20 because I got +5 from observant.
All right. Well,
Mm.
I think a 10 will be fine. So everyone guncork basically. As this thing falls, it just crumbles to ash to the ground. You kind of feel like a wave of power just kind of emanate from it, almost like there was a big sonic boom. But it just kind of lurches your stomach a little bit. That's all it really does.
Guncork's like, hey, do you guys smell that? Oh no, never mind. Something.
What's
Smell
this
chicken?
new foul stench filling the room?
Oh, it's just Barry.
No,
Barry's just-
no,
Barry's
we
just
know
gonna lower
the.
his head, walk away. How did they know?
Did they know?
Who shit their pants?
God damn it, Barry again!
It was.
Who? God damn it! Who forgot to take the druid outside to go use the restroom?
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna check this chest out right next to me.
The
I don't know
chest
if we
is
check
locked.
those out. The chest is locked? Can I, like, break the lock off?
You can do a strength check.
Better.
I'm gonna do the
It's
same thing on the
several-
other chest.
It's a pretty small chest. It's not too big. Guncork, you're unable to break the lock.
I'm going to. gonna
Guncork is
look
able
through
to
the
break the
ash.
lock on his just a little bit.
I'm gonna look through the
a
ashes.
little bit, like
Like you snap it off a little bit. If you work with it a little bit more, you can rip it off. I'm sure. And who's looking through the ashes?
I'll look through the ashes.
I think Odasto's doing that.
You find nothing. No, I'm just kidding. You find a few gold pieces, 15 to be exact, within the rubble of the ashes.
I don't find anything
So-
of use.
I did a second strength one.
All right, Guncork, you were able to wrest the lock off, and as you do, everyone roll a perception check. Odasto, what are you investigating?
the ashes.
Just those 15 gold points.
Okay, and I'm also going to take some of the ashes.
Everybody but Grum notices that.
I haven't rolled perception yet. Oh,
Okay.
hello.
Even Odasto notices that the ground kind of gives a slight tremor. And
this is
here's
fine. Obviously, we can stay here.
and there's a bonus thing for Odasto for being a scholar and getting 20 perception. Basically, just getting a nat 20 on that perception.
Yeah.
Or-
Whatever is causing this, it's not natural.
No shit!
Wait, we're right next
It
to.
happened as soon as I opened the chest. Of course, it's not natural.
This is a
Well, it could have
necromancer's
been a
laboratory.
coincidence. I mean,
Guncork, inside the chest, as you open it, it contains mostly letters, ledgers, documents. Most of them are kind of decayed over the years, but you can't really see.
Gun- Guncork, no read. This is useless. We want other chest. Guncork tries the other chest that Grum could not open.
I'm looking for
how
around for
heavy
that
is the
necklace.
chest?
Unfortunately, you do not. You do find the necklace, but it's really when it was on the skeleton, it was like really shiny and gold and whatnot. But as you pick it out now, you can see that it's all tarnished and the photos inside are gone. It's like really old.
The photos inside might be gone, but they live in all of our hearts.
Look at this photograph.
Did I say? Of course, in D&D, it was more like drawings and pictures instead of photographs.
Yeah.
you
Of
get
course,
the
it was just you open up the lock at the inside of it was just a picture of the Lich just flipping off. Just,
Just flipping
giving
you
two
off.
birds.
Haunter, use mean look. But that's what you find. Guncork, you're unable to break the lock on this one.
How heavy is it?
I'll try again.
These chests aren't very heavy. They're kind of small. The tokens are just there to depict that they're there.
I'm gonna sink my
see.
chest up and throw it across the room.
I was about to say, wait.
As it hits the wall, you feel a very, very big shake just kind of go throughout the entire room.
God damn it, Grum!
There's just a giant shake throughout the entire room, and you feel like it feels like an earthquake, but it only happens for like a second, and you can kind of feel like a low rumbling, almost like an aftershock.
15.
We need to leave
the lock.
now.
And as you
We
do
need
that,
to-
you can hear from the south error.
Take the chest. Run.
God damn
Leave
it!
now.
Error.
I rolled a 15 to pick the lock.
I think we need to bail out from this dungeon, guys.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
we're
but I don't
fine.
think you have time to.
As you say, I think we need to bail. Another giant tremble happens. As you can clearly tell,
Alright,
everyone roll an
fuck you guys,
intelligence.
I'm out.
Everyone roll
I'm carrying
intelligence
the
or
check.
wisdom.
And the map changed.
Yeah, the map
I
changed
just
to
said it's
darkness
time
because now we are in the theater of the mind.
Oh, can I
Okay.
I
say
hate the
that?
theater of the mind. It's a dark and creepy
What
place.
did you say to roll?
Roll
My
wisdom.
menu on the right is gone now.
Why?
I don't know. It just as soon as you did that level
Well, here,
change,
let me
it
switch you and then
disappeared.
switch you back.
Okay, it just came back. Now I gotta pull up my character sheet. Okay, what do you want us to roll? And
Wisdom
Oh, intelligence, you said.
or intelligence.
all
I
wisdom,
don't think
less
that makes-
less negative modifiers.
Grum, you're not sure what's going on.
So Barry's the wisest,
But,
but I'm the smartest. At this moment.
Oh, I would have rolled into it if I was.
That's not the one I want.
Doesn't matter.
I gotta find the
gonna say,
right. I gotta
that's
find the right track.
Mhm.
Let's see. Is this
But
the
I
one?
did pick up the chest and the full documents and such. I don't know if anybody else took the other chest, but
The one I was trying to pick
This is it. I'm going to say you guys picked up the chest just fine.
Okay.
The tower is collapsing. You need to find your way out. In order to do so, you will need the various skills granted to you by your backgrounds and your adventuring. In order to get out of the tower before it collapses, you must use whatever skills you deem necessary. Also, Barry, I'm borrowing your skit for a second.
Oh, okay.
This is a
Okay.
skill challenge. You will need to use... The following 3 skills will be key in getting you out. Athletics. Survival. And perception. Those skills
Well,
you can roll without having to explain why you're rolling them. Any other skills will need a good excuse. If you roll a success on, say, survival, you cannot roll another success on survival to get yourselves out. Failure is 3 failed rolls. The DC is 13. You need 6 successes to survive.
Individual or together?
Well,
Yeah.
as a team.
Okay,
Ah,
guys.
you're all gonna bring me
I
down.
have a pretty much a 4 in +4 in athletics, and everything else is either a 1 or a 0. For the
I
other
have a
ones.
+5 in perception and survival.
Again, those are the ones you can roll without question. If you want to roll something else, you have to give your explanation. As to, like, I use acrobatics to escape the tower. How? I jump over a pit. Oh, you gotta
Anyone have a
Wait,
good
there was
history?
that one pit we do have to jump.
So we had to
It's-
have all 3 of those, or just? I'm sorry. I missed
Those
the part.
3 you can roll without contest. Like if you say, I want to do check, I want to do a skill check, then you can roll one of those, and it's just like, okay, you run faster. Guncork has failed. That is one failure.
Does anyone have a good history? Because if we have a history, we count like the way we came through, just follow the
That is
exact path.
survival.
I know, I was gonna say that's
Oh,
survival.
survival.
I can do that if you want.
Oh.
So should I roll?
Yeah,
Go for it.
we can each only roll once for one of these skill checks, though.
Alright. Alright, Guncork. First, Guncork, you kind of get your... You can't really get your legs underneath you, and you kind of... You don't really... You don't really get a good start as you're trying to grab the chest and get out in time. A piece of rubble
I
tries to...
take the chest. Grum's the one that threw the chest against the wall.
Yeah, and you try
I
to
got-
go pick it up, and as you do so, a bit of rubble falls on you, and you take 7 damage.
I said I already picked it up. That chest.
He says he tries to go to the chest. Rubble falls on you
why he
anyways. You
did.
still take 7 damage.
So I'm out. I'm unconscious.
You're an orc. Half orc.
So I'm barely up.
You had one.
Yeah.
Can I cast heal on him?
Heal.
If you don't, I can.
Or cure wounds or whatever.
You can
Do
do
you
that?
have that spell?
Yeah, he's a ranger. Level 1 spell.
Wow. I'm gonna look at
Okay,
that.
so
And everyone has healing.
Wow. Yeah, you can cast it on him.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
You can cast it on him while you're running.
all right, so I'm back where I
He's got
was.
6 HP back.
Ryu.
Yeah, so I'm at 7 again.
Barry,
I was at
you
1.
accidentally bring them into the wrong room. And while you do that, a necromantic claw jumps out at you and deals 10 damage. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Barry is like... and goes down.
It's okay, Barry. I got you.
Oh my lord.
Ashporia, what are you rolling?
Athletics.
Okay,
Barry's
lie.
back
I'm
up.
healing you for the exact amount of damage you just took, Barry.
At this point, Barry's just gonna like air down.
I'm gonna guess that there's rubble getting in our way, so he's always trying to push it out of the way.
Okay.
I thought athletics was one of the ones you could
Yeah,
roll
it
without
was.
question.
Yeah,
Um,
it is.
Barry, we're gonna retcon that because I think the DC 13 is too high because basically you guys just died. So 1 failure,
it
2
was
It's
successes.
fine. We just have to wait for the necromancer to come by.
Yeah,
He'll
seriously.
investigate, raise us to find out what happened, and then we
What did you do to my tower? Okay.
Nothing.
The campaign changes and we're undead beings of our former selves serving the necromancer's plot.
Well, it can, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't have that much planned ahead in the plot.
It's called improv.
I mean, I could, but I'm just gonna retcon it to the DC 10 because apparently 13 is too high for you guys because you all died with the first 3 checks.
I was gonna start as soon as she got home.
Somewhere in the distance, you see the king say, "Send another."
Send another.
Ryu.
Okay. Yes.
Can I use persuasion to try and rally the group to move faster?
Yep. I'll let you do that.
So I'm. Odessa's like, come on! The outside is right there. Just keep moving a little bit further. Faster. Now.
Come on! Everyone's like, I don't want to run faster.
The game! The game is
feet
fucking
hurt.
failing us!
Grum perceives. Odessa tries to rile everyone up, but it doesn't seem to work very well, as they're all
I'm
running
gonna
as
try to-
fast as they can.
I'm gonna try to rally for instead.
No, you're gonna stop. You're gonna stop And you're not going to do anything because I'm working with Grum here. And also, Odasta already used that reason, so you can't use it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Grum,
Go.
as you're running out, Grum, you manage to see like a sort of broken part of the wall, and you're quite sure that you can feel a breeze coming from it. So you point everyone towards that broken area in the wall, and you say, "Quick way through there!"
Even
Everyone
better.
runs through. So we're at 3 successes, 2 failures. So yeah, stop hastily rolling, because if someone fails again, you're all dead.
And you
Alright.
know, it's kind of hard for you
But
to keep
survival
up if
perfe-
there's like 10 rolls within
Yeah.
3 seconds.
Alright. Again, these
So
are
does anybody have an idea?
those are the
how they
core
want-
skills. We've already got Barry made survival, Ishpori made athletics, Grum made perception. So you guys, what it is Grum cannot use perception again to get out, because if he had like plus 10 perception, he could just keep rolling perception to get you guys out. Grum can roll survival or athletics if he wanted to, because he hasn't failed or succeeded on either of those rolls.
Okay, I get it now.
All I can do is survival and perception because I already rolled athletics.
Yeah, if you guys let me explain the rules at the start, we probably wouldn't have had 2 failures already.
Well, unfortunately, I can't come up with any reason how.
See, I'm pretty
Just
good at
to
deception,
help.
so I will find the wrong way and then lie people not down that way. Or just do perception normally, because I'm slightly better at that.
Radon, you notice a very familiar door as you find the stairs that led down into the sub-basement. You quickly hurry everyone towards them as they run up. You need 2 more successes. No? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need 1 more success. But 1 more failure means you all die. You guys
So
are really
all
cutting
comes
it
down to the
close.
next
Maybe
roll.
death isn't that bad.
We like to live dangerously.
Am I
Who's
on?
got the highest? What hasn't been used?
All I can do is survival and perception, and my perception is shit. My survival's like okay.
What's
Well, I can still do perception, which is +5, but
My perception's a -1. My survival's a +1.
I. Odasto really doesn't have anything here. I mean, I'm basically rolling at basic +0s on every single one that we could use, and I can't think of any way of using the other skills that I have decent stats in.
I could, like, as we make a final sprint for whatever makeshift hole we could find, I see that this big boulder's coming down, and I use insight to position us in a different way. Would that work?
Maybe insight is kind of the 5e version of sense motive.
Yeah, you'd probably use insight a different way,
Dang it.
but you're kind of on the right track.
Maybe somebody could use an investigation to find a secret route that we somehow missed earlier. Or maybe something has popped up now that the place is rumbling apart.
I'm pretty sure that's what our 2 perception rolls were for.
No, I meant investigation. Like,
Again,
well,
athletics,
that-
survival, and perception, you don't need a reason. You just want to say you want to roll it, and then you roll it. And everything else
I
you
was
need to give
trying
me.
to find out a reason for using investigation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think here because, like I said,
I haven't rolled athletics or I have a +2 survival. I haven't
I have a
rolled that yet.
+3 survival, so I'd have a slightly higher chance, but that is
Yeah.
still not odds I'm comfortable with.
No.
like I said, I still have my +5 in perception, so.
You
want me
haven't
to
rolled that
roll
yet?
No, I haven't used it yet. I only used survival.
Yeah,
Might as
Yeah,
well.
but-
It's best shot.
Might as well roll it.
you have the best chance here. Right?
God damn it!
That one is the best way to do that.
Unfortunately, as you're trying to find the way out, Barry points out, "This way, quickly!" As you run deeper into the tower. And your characters eventually find themselves at the dead end where the tomb of the mummy thing was, or whatever. And at the very end, Barry just says, "I'm sorry!"
Barry just looks at everyone. Oops.
You're welcome.
And now the DM flips a fate dice.
And I swing my great axe at Barry. God damn it, Barry!
Just before the roll collapses, Barry goes down.
What's a 1DF?
Well, I was trying to roll a fate dice. I'm not sure how it works.
And while we're entombed, I'm gonna try to keep everyone alive for as long as possible. Not do very good at that, apparently.
The tower collapses within. You are all trapped, entombed inside this tower. And now we.
It says a 1D capital F for the fate dice.
Oh.
That's what I just read from their wiki thing or whatever.
Positive. Okay.
So I don't need to prepare a funeral march here?
mean, you
Let's
can.
see. Since there's 6 of you, I'm gonna roll 6 fate dice. See if the fates are on your side. The fates are not on your side. 2 of you have good
They seem
luck.
to be about even.
2 of you don't have
Well,
very
it's
good luck.
not even almost.
2 of you have
It's
bad
even.
luck.
Yep.
I blame Barry. He better get the bad luck.
Yeah, you
For
had
some
You have to
reason, I
somehow
represent
randomize
2 of them.
those.
He's dead.
If he's not dead, I'm killing him.
As the rocks entomb you inside the tower, Gunquirk says, "Gosh dang it, Barry!" and then strikes him with his great axe. You are all soon crushed from rocks as the roof caves in. There is no chance of being rescued. The undead armies sweep across the land as the Lich takes over. All is lost, and you have failed in your mission.
Well,
Silver lining, if we die now, we don't have to live in the land as